Class, photo 2, week 4. All right, this is your quick overview of what is going on this week and what is due and what you can expect in the long term. So, this week we are going to start looking at how Lightroom and Photoshop play well together and looking at some of the tools that we can do in Photoshop that we are okay in Lightroom but are better kept to Photoshop. So I do all of my advanced editing in Photoshop, and with our next photo assignment and then our final assignment, I'm going to expect you to do most of your big edits in Photoshop, and using that to as kind of our baseline tool. Do all of your initial color grades and that kind of thing in Lightroom, and then doing the big corrections in Photoshop. There are things that I will use certain pieces of software for some things and not other things. And that's gonna, like all my cropping, for instance, is always gonna happen in Lightroom. I will never crop in Photoshop because I can't reverse it. It's indestructible. Or it's destructible cropping. So figuring out those tools are key. So this week you've got a Moodle ebook that goes through masking and kind of what that looks like in Photoshop. We've got Robert Frank and Lindsay Adario, Sebastian Salgado, Jeff Wall, Gregory Crudson, and Catherine Opie. If you're not familiar with those photographers, check out their brief profiles in there and look at that and take a look at it. This week you are researching another photographer and going to be posting that to Moodle for yourself to look at. Your activities are going to be photographer research, and then a Zoom office hour weekly check-in Wednesday, April 29th. This one's required. It's at 3 p.m. If you can't make it, if you're working or you have limited internet connection, let me know ASAP so we can make arrangements. Your short essay final edit forum is this week. So you're going to take all the critique that I give you, that your classmates have given you about your edits, and you're going to apply that and then edit your final photos, post them to Google Drive, and post them to the forum so that project is done. It's due May 2nd. Our next project is going to be a personal interest photography project. That is going to be looking at a kind of a genre of photography that you have an interest in, and kind of exploring that and taking a look at it. Your final photos for that assignment are going to be 3 to 5, and you're going to go through editing stages on that project over week 5 and 6. By the time we get to week 7, we're going to start looking at our final project and what that's going to look like. That's going to be a long form photography project. So start gearing your mind up around that. For those of you who had MUL 105 with me, we're going to go through that same process of picking multiple proposals and looking at that final project and kind of really diving into something that you can stretch out. You got lots of time right now to be starting to think about that stuff. So start letting those gears kind of go. But for this first personal interest project, this is going to be like, I'm super curious about food photography. What does it take to do food? What does it take to do product photography? What does it take to do portraiture and have it look a certain way? What does it take to do architectural work? And again, we're looking for like a small little body of work at the end of this, not a big body, but a small body with a few photographs that are really then well processed and really look their absolute best, have a lot of shine, portfolio kind of material there. All right, reach out with questions in the Q&A. You guys have been doing a great job with that. I'm really excited about connecting with the entire class on Wednesday, the 29th, 3 p.m. That's going to be a good time. And yeah, we'll go from there. All right, thanks, guys.